Court for us. Aldrin, good to talk to you again. So for the Public Protector, we've had Advocate Gilbert Marcus making submissions, as well as Corruption Watch's Carol Steyn. Take us through a summary of those two arguments.
Well, let's first start with the arguments by the Corruption Watch, led there by Senior Counsel Aldrin Sampear. And the argument there is with regards to the powers of the Public Protector and in terms of a remedial action, the effect of law that it has. And the comparison that she brought in there is what the Constitution states when it comes to another Chapter 9 institution, that is the Human Rights Commission. And the Constitution there states that the Human Rights Commission should take steps to ensure that there is remedial action, or to make sure that some of those remedial actions are implemented. But while with the Public Protector, what the clause states is that the Public Protector has the power to institute that remedial action. Earlier on, we also heard from Gilbert Marcus, representing the Public Protector, indicating that what the President did was unlawful, to call on the Police Ministry to have a parallel investigation that totally contradicted the investigation of the Public Protector and the findings thereof, finding that the President had absolutely no duty to pay some of the money. And what he also indicated is that even in the Public Protector's report, she indicated that while there are 5 security features or non-security features that were implemented with public funds, there are more over and above the 5.
All right, and Aldrin, let's now look at that parallel process that's happening, set up by the President, determining how much he should pay back.
Well, specifically looking at that, remember that what was endeavored here with the Public Protector was that the Public Protector would come to some conclusion in terms of the remedial action that should be taken. She then came to the conclusion that the President has benefited unduly, and for that he should pay back a portion of the money spent on the upgrades. Well, then the President then decided, the recommendation rather from the Public Protector was that the Police Ministry as well as Treasury should determine the amount to be paid. What the President then did was he then asked the Police Ministry to go and investigate if he is liable to pay any amount. And we know that the security cluster came back with a report indicating that the President is not liable to pay any amount. And as the Public Protector's advocate indicated, Gilbert Marcus, that contradicts her findings.
And Aldrin, things seem to be progressing quite smoothly and swiftly. What's happening after the lunch break?
Well, after the lunch break, we will expect submissions to be made by the presidency. Remember that one of their arguments is around the matter that the EFF decided to come directly to the Constitutional Court instead of going down to a high court and then probably the Supreme Court of Appeal and then later to the Constitutional Court. But remember that what the DA has argued earlier on is that considering that the matter of Thuli Madonsela as well as the SABC in terms of the powers of the Public Protector have already been circumvented at the Supreme Court of Appeal, there was already a ruling. That means that there is direct access for both the EFF as well as the DA to come straight to the Constitutional Court and have the Constitutional Court put finality to the matter. And the DA also indicated that both the EFF as well as the DA, even including the presidency in the letter that he penned down to the court, indicating that they want finality to this matter, which means that this court, the Constitutional Court, should have the final say on this case. We also expect submissions to be made by the Police Ministry. Remember that the Police Ministry said that they still stick by the report that the President has not been found liable to pay any money with regards to the Nkandla cost or the money spent on upgrading his home. And then, of course, we'll have also submissions from the National Assembly. The arguments around the National Assembly is that the National Assembly Speaker Baleka Mbete should have made sure that President Jacob Zuma is held liable as well as the executive.
Aldrin, thank you very much for that update. Aldrin Sampear live from the Constitutional Court. Meanwhile, the Democratic Alliance